there has been many, many things, and the biggest thing is the satanic panic, the demoralization of occultism, and confusing it with Satanism and all that. That it's all kind of like a scheme. Because if you don't want your kids to play Dungeons and Dragons, just make up this fake-ass story. Hire a fraudulent personal investigator and fake this whole story that probably didn't happen. And then there's a whole bunch of skeptics, and there's these people that want to view that as a reality, where these people were really ritually abused by Dungeons and Dragons, and they were somehow... Think about this. They were ritually abused by a board game. Not only that, but they were ritually abused by teachers in the McMartin school trials. They were ritually abused by teachers that had no affiliation with any form of occultic religion. And the whole situation had nothing to do with occultic religion or mystical views or anything like that. It was just sort of random, kind of like randomly there. And then you have all these stories about Anton LaVey, and as soon as the satanic panic started, he hid away in his house, in his little black house, evil house there. And he comes out and says that if anybody sacrifices an animal, Anton LaVey really said this, like, in his very last recording video, that if anybody sacrificed an animal, he'd personally sacrifice them, because he loves animals. Think about that, and then realize about all of these stories about Satanists killing cats, how little that actually makes sense. And there are really people that want that to be in their worldview. Even though it doesn't make any sense, people really want to believe in stuff like, the Presidio military base, or the McMartin school trials, even though that neither one of them had any connection to a mystical order, or any form of connection to any mystical, occultic things in real life. I mean, it's just a military base, and it's just a school. There's no connection to occultism in either one. And there are people that try to make sense of this in their own head. But now, why would anybody fake ritual abuse? First of all, if you come up with this huge story about some sort of trial, some sort of preschool story fairyland shit, where there's an imaginary tunnel, and all of that, is because you can make a lot of money in lawsuit. Not only that, but the news will immortalize you. That's the huge thing in all of that, is if you come up with this story and you have kids, you can get your kids to lie, and it's been proven that the kids in the McMartin school trials, their parents got their children to lie because they didn't like the school, or they wanted public media attention, or they wanted to be immortalized in social media. Even the couple next generations know about that. That happened in the 1980s. People are still talking about it and know about it. So yeah, it's some sort of process of immortalization out of anything.